Hi, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the GLP-1 Support Squad. I'm Kara Mars, and I am coming to you live from Escazú, Costa Rica. Yay! It's my birthday celebration week, and I am spending it here in Costa Rica before I head to Guatemala. So I am so happy that you're joining me and us today. And with us, I mean the amazing Chris Ferraro, best-selling author, energy healer, and the amazing Alyssa from Shore Holistic Nutrition. And we're so glad that you're here for another episode. And because I'm in the sun and in the wind, I'm going to let Chris and Alyssa take over. But I'm so glad you're here. And greetings from Escazú, Costa Rica.
All right. As a healer, I'm working with people all of the time, and there are times that I recognize patterns that are happening in the energy all around, that a lot of people are feeling similar things at the same time. And right now, there's a lot of frustration and anger going on, and also a sense of helplessness. And so I thought about how that relates to a healing path of any kind, whether you're on a weight release or weight shedding journey, whether you're healing from mold or parasites, whether you've got autoimmune conditions you're healing from, whether you're on an emotional healing journey. When we go on a journey, we want everything to work in a straight line, for progress to be made consistently, for us to just be able to move forward real easily, and for it to just flow. But the healing journey doesn't work that way, no matter how you're healing, progressing, or even working on a goal, on manifesting a goal. You are going to hit upon blocks and challenges in the pathway. And sometimes it feels like you're moving backwards. Sometimes it feels like it's 2, 3 steps forward, 1 back. Sometimes with weight shedding, we hit a plateau. Sometimes that plateau can go on for far longer than any of us want it to. And so I thought it would be good for us to tap on frustration and anger, because we want it to be easier. We want it to flow more easily. And the challenges can feel discouraging. So, how does that sound for you too? Okay, great. So, we're going to start on our side of the hand point. Okay. I'm bringing my hands up so that everybody's able to see them, but everyone out there should be tapping with your arms in a comfortable position. So, even though I feel really frustrated right now,
Even though I feel really frustrated right now.
sometimes everything just feels harder than it should be.
Sometimes everything feels harder than it should be.
Sometimes I just want things to go in a straight line.
Sometimes I just want things to go in a straight line.
And then there's setbacks and challenges on the way.
And then there's setbacks and challenges on the way.
For just right now, I'm being honest about it.
For just right now, I'm being honest about it.
And I'd really like to clear this frustration and anger,
And I really like to clear this frustration and anger
so that my healing journey can unfold gently and perfectly.
so my healing journey can unfold gently and purposely.
Perfectly.
Perfectly.
Even though I feel really frustrated right now.
Even though I feel really frustrated right now.
I've had some challenges pop up.
I've had some challenges pop up.
And sometimes it feels like I'm moving in reverse instead of moving forward.
Sometimes it feels like I'm moving in reverse instead of moving forward.
For just right now,
For just right now,
I'm paying attention to how I feel.
I'm paying attention to how I feel.
I'm tapping on it.
I'm tapping on it.
And I'd like to return to a place of peace.
And I'd like to return to a place of peace.
Even though I just feel really frustrated right now.
Even though I just feel really frustrated right now.
Things feel harder than they should be.
Things feel harder than they should be.
I'm maybe stuck on some of my goals right now.
I may be stuck on some of my goals right now.
And it just feels like it's harder than it should be.
And it just feels harder than it should be.
Aren't these GLP medications just supposed to dissolve everything?
Aren't these GLP medications just supposed to dissolve everything?
Wasn't this supposed to be easier?
Wasn't this supposed to be easier?
For just right now, I'm allowing myself to feel whatever I'm feeling.
For just right now, I'm allowing myself to feel whatever I'm feeling.
I'm tapping on it,
Tapping on it,
tapping on it with friends,
tapping on it with friends,
getting support,
getting support,
and allowing that frustration to turn into peace and acceptance.
and allowing that frustration to turn into peace and acceptance.
Okay, I'm going to come up to the beginning of the eyebrows. All this frustration.
All this frustration,
Side of the eye, all this frustration.
all this frustration.
Under the eyes, everything feels hard right now.
Everything feels hard right now.
Under the nose, everything just feels more difficult.
Everything just feels more difficult.
Chin, my healing path feels like it's going in reverse.
My healing path feels like it's going in reverse.
Collarbone, I didn't expect these challenges to come up.
I didn't expect these challenges to come up.
Under the arms, I didn't expect these roadblocks to come up.
Didn't expect these roadblocks to come up.
Top of the head, I thought it was going to be much easier than it is.
I thought it was going to be much easier than it is.
Beginning of the eyebrows, I'm experiencing some challenges.
I'm experiencing some challenges.
Side of the eye, and sometimes I just feel like I'm going in reverse.
Sometimes I feel like I'm just going in reverse.
Under the eyes, and it's hard to get started again.
And it's hard to get started again.
Under the nose, it's hard to get that forward motion going again.
It's hard to get that forward motion going again.
Chin, and there's a part of me that's frustrated and resentful of it.
There's part of me that's stressful and resentment of it.
Yeah, frustrated and resentful about it. Yeah,
Oh, frustrated and resentful, yeah.
School works too. Yeah. Collarbone. And I want it to be easier.
I want it to be easier.
And I'm angry that it's not.
And I'm angry that it's not.
Under the arms. I'd like it to flow just forward.
I like it to flow just forward.
With no blocks in the way.
With no blocks in the way.
Top of the head, but it just doesn't seem to be working that way.
But it just doesn't seem to be working that way. Yeah.
Beginning of the eyebrows. Right now, I'm remembering
Right now, I'm remembering
that healing is never on a straight path.
that healing is never on a straight path.
Side of the eye. That the blockages and challenges that come up
That the blockages and challenges that come up
are just parts of me that need healing and compassion.
are just parts of me that need healing and compassion.
Under the eyes. I'm willing to address these challenges head on.
I'm willing to address these challenges head on.
Under the nose, so that my energy can flow forward once more.
So my energy can, what was it? Flow forward
Flow forward once more. Yep.
once more.
Yep. Chin. I'm facing these challenges
I'm facing these challenges
and remembering that they are not who I am.
and remembering they are not who I am.
Collarbone. This is a temporary experience.
This is a temporary experience.
And I have this incredible tool
But I have this incredible tool
that's allowing me to come back into balance and peace.
that's allowing me to come into balance
And peace.
and peace.
Under the arms. I am stopping beating my head against the wall.
I am stopping beating my head against the wall.
Top of the head. I am stopping forcing myself to move forward.
I'm stopping forcing myself to move forward.
Getting the eyebrows. And I'm letting go of resistance to what is.
I'm letting go of resistance to what is.
Yeah, I needed that myself. Side of the eye. This is just how it is.
This is just how it is.
Healing is never a straight line.
Healing is never a straight line.
Under the eyes. I'm coming into acceptance of what is.
I'm coming into acceptance of what is.
Under the nose. I'm welcoming clarity
I'm welcoming clarity
on addressing frustration and challenges.
I'm addressing frustration and challenges.
Chin, so I can be moving forward soon.
So I could be moving forward soon.
Collarbone, and in the meantime, there's
And in
always
the
this.
meantime,
Yeah, there's always this.
there's always this.
To start with love and compassion for myself,
To start with love and compassion for myself,
for my body,
for my body,
for the transformation that I'm
Oh,
going through,
for the transformation
that I'm going through.
that I'm going through.
Yeah. Yeah. Under the arms. And I'd like to believe
And I like to believe
it's all unfolding in perfect timing.
it's all unfolding in perfect timing.
Top of the head, the challenges that I experience
The challenges that I experience, a lot of releasing there,
are for my ultimate growth and expansion.
for my ultimate growth and expansion.
This is just the way it is.
This is just the way it is.
I come back into balance and peace.
Come back into balance and peace.
And I know that I will be flowing forward
And I know I'll be flowing forward
in perfect timing
in perfect time
once more
once more
and very soon.
and very soon.
Okay. Nice deep breath in through the nose. Blow it out. Breathing in. Blowing out. Breathing in. Ah, good, 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 good. Okay, I turn it over to you, Alyssa.
I feel like so calm after that. um Yeah, so we can talk about, roadblocks in healing, my own personal healing journey. So I actually use tapping a lot in my practice. I don't do the tapping, but I, give my patients the tools um to help them succeed, right? Because whether, we're healing from, Lyme disease, mold, or, our child has, developmental delays or whatever the case may be, you know, uh, sometimes progress can be really quick at first, right? Once our body like gets rid of some of the toxins keeping us sick. And then maybe we stall for a little bit and we're not seeing much progress, right? But we also have to think that there's things going on internally, right? So sometimes it can take 3 months for a symptom to change, but that doesn't mean that the healing is not going on the inside, right? So a cell, I'm not going to get too sciencey here, but a cell, so like our body is made up of millions and millions of cells, and a cell lives for about 90 days, right? So that is 3 months. So when we're on a healing journey, our cells are constantly regenerating those every 3 months. So if we are, working on our diet, eating healthier, taking supplements to, reduce our toxic load, we're working on our emotional health, right? Because our emotions obviously definitely affect our cells. Um, and then we're working on our mitochondria, which is another thing that is very important, right? So after the 3 months, when our cells are recovering, we're going to make healthier, happier cells, right? When we're feeding our bodies the proper nutrition, we are treating our body with respect, right? Saying positive words to ourselves. We're gonna make a happier, healthier cell. So when you're on this healing journey, definitely things can go up and down, but just always remind yourself, like, okay, well, my cells are changing and I will see results and keep moving on that. But just, I talked about this before, but I'll talk about it again kind of for like, to help if you are on a weight loss journey, not a weight release journey, right? Because we don't want to get you don't want to get those pounds back. Um, some tools to help if you have gotten to like a plateau would be my favorite tool is fasting. I've talked about this before, is really good to help you get over a plateau. So This is not, I'm not talking about intermittent fasting. This is talking more about like a 24, a 36-hour fast. I personally just finished I did a 73-hour fast. It was meant to be a 72-hour fast, but I was out at the 72-hour mark, so I did not eat until the hour 73. So that's about a 3-day fast. And it's just unbelievable. There's so many benefits to it, right? So at about, I think, around hour 18 is when your body starts transitioning from burning like carbs or sugars as fuel and converting it to burning fat as fuel. So that happens at hour 18, which is really unbelievable. So even if you're doing like intermittent fasting with like a 18 6-hour window or a 19 5-hour window, you'll still get that benefit, which is really, really amazing. So at around 18, your body is switching into that. So, right, if we have a large amount of weight to lose, this is a good way for our body to burn our own fat for fuel, right? And it's just such a great way to help you get over plateau. So, and then around hour 24, your body goes into a state of something called autophagy. So it's literally cleaning up your damaged cells, right? So, uh, everyone has damaged cells. Like, I don't care if you live the most organic, holistic lifestyle, you're going to have damaged cells because we are being exposed to the elements from outside. Everything has plastic on it, right? We're constantly being exposed to microplastics. If we're out to eat, we're not eating, we go out to eat with friends, they're cooking in seed oils, which are very inflammatory. They're using Teflon things. Like, we can't control everything in the environment. And I think that, me personally being on this holistic healing journey, um, I used to be really, really strict with a lot of things, but also I was very sick, so I didn't really have a choice. But now that I'm in a much better place, like, I will go out to eat and I will, do these other things, but it's important that I'm not in fear of it, because that frequency of fear is going to make everything, worse. And this goes in, I know we kind of talked about this before, but anyway, so back to the state of autophagy. Going on in a little tangent here, but so yeah, at the hour 24 to 36-hour mark, your body is a cleaning machine, right? So if you have, fatty liver disease, which I feel like almost everyone has fatty liver disease, your body's going to clean up your cells. And back to your body going from a state of burning sugar for fuel versus fat, your body's going to clean up that fat, right? The fatty liver, and it's going to regenerate, right? The liver regenerates itself so much. The liver is just an amazing organ. It does so many things. So there is so much benefit to fasting, and you also help with plateaus for weight, because your body is going to be using its own fat for fuel. So I know I talked about that before, but I am so passionate about doing fasting because of this benefit. Also, doing more, if you exercise, which I highly recommend everyone's to exercise. Not that you don't have to do an intense workout, right? You just even get your body moving, get your heart pumping, because that's one of the best things you can do for longevity, for your heart health. And so anyway, just look at your workouts. If you're stalled in your weight loss journey, maybe you're over exercising, right? There is such thing as over exercising. And I do find that sometimes when people on this like health journey, they're like really going hard at the gym, which is great. And I love that. But we do need to give our body chance to rest, right? Recover. Sometimes if our cells are not the healthiest, it will take our muscles a lot longer to recover post workout. So if your body is running on fumes and then you're working out again, you can create like almost like an inflammatory response in the body. And that can lead you to hold on to more weight, more inflammation, also more water weight. So just because, if your weight is not fluctuating, it could also be water weight. So another thing for plateau, that you can do for if you're on a weight release journey is making sure you're drinking enough water, okay? And not just water by itself. You want to definitely add electrolytes to your water. I have my actually electrolytes here because I worked out this morning, and so I need to get my electrolytes in to help my muscles recover, right? Your muscles need potassium, they need sodium, right? They need all of these minerals, right? And we're not going to get this from our food. So a good measurement, if you don't have any like kidney issues, obviously talk to your doctor. But a good measurement, I like to say, is half your body weight in ounces. And look at your urination, right? If your urine is literally clear, that's not a good sign. That means you're not actually even absorbing any of the water. You're just peeing it right out, and that's not what we want. We want it to be like a pale yellow color. Obviously, if it's darker than that, you're very dehydrated. So definitely start looking at how much water you're taking, how much fluid. And actually, if you drink coffee, you should be drinking extra water because your coffee is actually depleting you of more sodium, more potassium, and things like that. So, look how much coffee you're taking in and, cut it back, and then also increase your water intake and make sure you're taking some electrolytes. You can put some Celtic sea salt in your water so you can get some more minerals. But yeah, so those are my tips.
It's funny that you answered my question, because while you were talking, I was like, I wonder if she puts salt or does any aminos, or right, does she do anything while she's doing her fasting? I know some people do exclusively mineral water and things like that. So that's a
Yeah.
really
When I'm fasting, I'm drinking a lot of water and electrolytes. I do drink coffee when I'm fasting. I talked about this on my Instagram story yesterday, but I am addicted to coffee and I will not deny that. So, yeah, I drink black coffee. So there's nothing in it. There's no sugar, there's no cream, there's nothing. It's black coffee. And you can have like certain herbal teas. You just don't want it to be like a hibiscus tea that most likely has like it's natural, but like it has like a sugar in it kind of thing. So more like, like a peppermint tea, like herbal teas, um, is what I consume on a fast.
okay.
So it's
That's really good.
talking. Can you hear me?
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I before I came to Costa Rica, I did a 5-day prolon fast, which is very, very expensive. It's much cheaper to stop eating, but you have it's a very researched out of UCLA, Dr. Walter Longo, where you're actually getting like you eat what's in the box per day, and each box tells you, all right, today you're doing this, today you're in autophagy, blah blah blah. And it's a very easy 5-day fast. And I did that before I came, and I felt amazing. Day 3, I was ready to murder people, but by day 4, I felt so amazing. So, I mean, but it's expensive. It's like $180 for 5 days, right? So, and you get like freeze dried soups and teas and whatnot in like little bars, but it doesn't take your body out of the fasting state, which is so great about it. So I definitely felt the benefits of fasting. And now I'm going to try and do a 3-day without like the Prolon, try it on my own when I get back, because I'm sure after this birthday celebration week in Costa Rica and then Guatemala, I'm not going to deny myself like the natural foods, but it should be pretty healthy. It's definitely all organic. So that's a bonus plus. So
That's awesome.
anyway,
Yeah.
and Chris, the tapping was, I didn't even think I'm very pura vida, right? And I was like, oh, I don't need to release. I don't have any stress. I was yawning like a crazy woman. I was releasing so much. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate it.
Welcome.
Yeah, so this was another amazing session. Please follow us, share us, subscribe. Keep sharing. I keep going on all the different social media platforms, and just nobody has any idea what they're doing on this GLP-1 journey with their food, their emotions, anything. And I keep trying to say, go watch some of our videos, go tapping. So please share this. There's a lot of people who really need this. and they just don't know we exist. So like and share and tell your friends. And thank you for joining us as always. We are the GLP-1 Support Squad. We've got Alyssa from Shore Holistic Nutrition and the amazing Chris Ferraro. Well, you just experienced her tapping. Just amazing. And if you haven't read her books, oh my gosh, get her books. Amazing. So thank you all for being here. You are awesome. And we'll see you next week.